Hi there, good morning or afternoon, wherever you're at. Thanks for tuning in to Last Dart TV. I'm making this video because it's a very, very important day. It's the start of the World Cup of darts. Yes, the World Cup of football also starts. Whoever it is, Mexico and someone else. But much more importantly, the World Cup of darts is starting in Germany. It's always in Germany. And it's one of my favorite tournaments. It's non-ranking, it's pairs, it's a little bit unusual. You get people representing their countries, and it's just a lot of fun. I think it's really, really, really a great tournament. The the format has changed. It used to be singles and a little bit of doubles, and it was really, really hard for nations to win with the singles aspect, especially the lower ranked nations, when you had to take 4 or 5 legs off one of the very, very top players. With the doubles now, it's really it evens it up. The players are not really used to anymore. They might have played doubles a lot when they were in their leagues or whatever, but when you are going once every 4 turns, it's really, really hard to get into any sort of rhythm. When you're playing singles, you throw, you walk around depending on the pace of the player. Hopefully you're not playing Mensur when he's wanting to slow things down, or Justin Pipe or whatever. But generally speaking, when you walk, you might have to wait a few seconds and then you're back on the oche. So you can think, oh, this is what I'm going to get. This is my shot. This is my shot. But in doubles, you've got a long time to think about it. If you hit a good shot, you're happy. And if you hit a bad shot, it feels like a really, really long time. So it's a completely different format. And I think it levels it a bit. I mean, these guys are so good, they'll probably still average like high 80s is a really, really good doubles average. But you might see some low averages because it's really hard to get into a rhythm. You're pulling for someone else, you're pulling for your country. I do want to say I'm already a massive Cameron Menzies fan, and he's emotional when he's representing himself. So win or lose, the Scotland games are going to be really, really entertaining, and I'm backing them to do really well. Okay, so it's once every year. It's always in Germany around this time. The defending champions are Northern Ireland. Last year's final was absolutely amazing. Josh Rock and Daryl Gurney beat the Welsh pair, Gerwyn Price and Johnny the Ferret Clayton. It was a tremendous, tremendous match, very, very high quality, went all the way to the end and finished 10-9. The final is best of 19. How the teams are chosen. It's a PDC tournament, excuse me. Some countries have their own individual qualifying. I think the Chinese have their own tournament. Some of the Nordic guys have their own tournament. But generally speaking, most teams are picked their top 2 players from a nation in the current PDC rankings, or the rankings that froze. I think it was after the Euro in Austria or something like that a few weeks ago. So it's fairly up to date. And so England, for example, are seeded first because their cumulative ranking is 3, which is the lowest you can get. Luke Littler is first and Luke Humphries is second. So 1 + 2 = 3. In fact, the England teams, if you were going to have, there's 40 teams. Is it 40, or am I thinking of the Football World Cup? I've absolutely blanked there. I think it's 40. The England teams, sorry, I completely blanked again, would take up, you could make 6, 7, 8 pairs. Okay, that's so deep. The Dutch could make a good couple of pairs. The Welsh could, and the home nations could. But other countries, even having a 2, and this is why it's probably never going to be extended to 3 players in a team, even the second player might be quite a low-ranked player. So, you've Madas Razmar of Latvia, name 5 more Latvian players. Lithuania, Hungary, places like that. Some teams probably could, your Belgiums, your Germans certainly, your Poles could field good teams, the Australians, but some of the really smaller nations, and it's fun having these nations. I mean, Trinidad and Tobago are playing. That's awesome. I live in Costa Rica. They placed, I think, 5th in the Americas tournament. So they're still working on improving their game nationally. But it's just awesome that there's people from all over. Just like the Football World Cup is, you're going to get some random matchups, man. Haiti, again, I'm going to mention Costa Rica again. Haiti beat Costa Rica in the final game to get to the World Cup. I mean, how Haiti are going to play it, I really don't know. But it's all good stuff. Anyway, I'll stick to the Darts World Cup. So what's the format? It's groups and groups of 3. One player goes through. So there's no like, I played well, I might qualify. No. So there's 12 groups. Oh, that's why I was thinking 40. Yeah, I think there's 12 groups of 36 teams. So you're going to get 12 group winners. And then the top 4 seeds, England are 1, will go through to the second round. So in the group game, it's 3 teams. So you play twice. You have a minimum 2 games. You need to come top of your group. Leg difference is really, really important. It's only best of 7, so it's a really, really quick match. I mean, you could just definitely have some upsets, especially with the depth of the field nowadays. A couple of missed doubles early on and a random 12 darter, and suddenly you're 2-0 down, you're 3-1 down, and the opponent only needs 1 more. So it's really going to fly. These games are really going to fly through. I think there's 12 games today, starting in the UK in 4 hours, 3 hours maybe. I live in different time zones. I can't really figure it out. It's 8:30 in the morning for me, which they obviously haven't started yet. So yeah, groups are best of 7. The winner goes through. So every leg counts. Every leg really, really super counts. And then you're going to go through to a round of 16. So the top 4 teams, and I do need, well, it's pretty obvious, in fact. England, Scotland, Netherlands, and Northern Ireland. Now, these are really, really interesting. Northern Ireland is the defending champion. Scotland, always good. I mean, it's got Cammy, definitely going to win at least a little bit. And it's Ando, but England, Littler and Humphreys, rivals. I'm not sure. I've seen him on a few things. I'm not quite sure about Luke's team building skills. Not sure. Humphreys seems more of a kind of happy-go-lucky type fellow, but they're obviously favourite. And then you got the Netherlands. Now, if I was going to pick 2 in-form Dutch players, I might not pick the 2, and it's crazy to say because I'm a huge MVG fan. I might not pick the 2 players that are in the Dutch team. I think Wessel Nijman and Kevin Doets could do serious damage in the tournament, and neither of those guys are playing. It's MVG and Gien van Veen, who started the year very, very strong, got to the World Championship final, but after his illness, he doesn't seem to have that kind of brutal fluidity that he had before. So he's, that World Cup final has essentially got him into this tournament because he earns so much money, and that's got him up the rankings. But the Dutch team are maybe not quite as strong as you think they would be. So you get into a bracket with 4 seeds. It's best of 15 for that round of 16, the quarterfinals and the semi-finals. Okay, so best of 15 is a race to 8. So it's not a short match, it's not super long, but you're going to need a good start. But it does give a chance for a team to come back and have a poor start and still get into it. So there's some good flexibility there. All these games happen within the next few days. I mean, it starts today on the 11th, groups 11th and 12th, the second round on the 13th, and then the quarters, the semis, and the final are all on What day is that? Sunday. Is that Sunday? Is it Thursday or Friday today? Jeez. Anyway, it's going to be really, really, really fun. The final is best of 19, so that's first to 10. There's so much going on. I can't wait to see who plays well. I love seeing also players that you never really see. You know, I'm not going to know these Trinidadian guys. I really hope they play well. You've got teams like Hong Kong. I mean, they can do some damage, man. You never know. So what I'm going to do is, if I had a visual, if I knew how to do visuals, I would probably do it. But I'm just going to make a few predictions on the group winners. All right, Group A, Germany, Philippines, and New Zealand. I mean, that is a strong group. Johnny Tata, New Zealand. I love that guy. Very, very good player. He, if you saw those Australian Premier League videos, he was always very, very solid on that. Ben Robb, also good. Philippines always seem to make a noise in these sorts of things. And Germany, very, very strong. You would go as the highest ranked team, Germany, but honestly, I could take any of those. I could take any of those. Johnny Tata, I think, is gonna perform really, really well. So I guess I might go slightly with my heart. I lived in New Zealand for a little bit, so I'm going to say New Zealand go through Group A. Group B, Belgium, Hong Kong, and Slovenia. Mike De Decker has been having maybe a bit of a down year. I'm not sure. And Dimi is also, he's been playing better of late. I'm not sure he's going to play amazingly well. I'm kind of back in Hong Kong. I really am. You know, they don't get as much viewership because they play on the Asian tour. So guys in Europe don't necessarily follow those tours and those tournaments too closely. But they are really, really good players. And it's even... got this on the wrong. I should have had this in a different tab. Man Lok Leung and Lok Yin Lee. Man Lok Leung can throw, man, make some noise, and I think they're going to have really good team chemistry. So I think Belgium are going to find it. They're quality players. They could easily roll through. You know, they're big tournament winners. But Hong Kong, I guess I'm maybe slightly going for the not so obvious pick. So I'm going to say Hong Kong Group B. Group C, Wales, Lithuania, and Thailand. That doesn't take so long. Lucky D, Darius Labanauskas is probably the most famous player from those other teams, but Wales are arguably favourites, at least joint favourites or strong contenders to win the entire tournament. So I think they get through pretty easily. Group D, Ireland, Singapore, and Gibraltar. I think Paul Lim... Is Paul Lim playing? He was going to say he wasn't going to play. Yeah, Paul Lim is in again, so he's obviously a total legend. But the Irish, I think, are probably too strong. I love the Gibraltar guys, Justin Hewitt and all those guys. So I hope they do well. But I think they're probably going to struggle a little bit. Yeah, Craig Galliano. So the usual suspects for Gibraltar. But again, they've got a very strong team bond. So you never know. Winning 4 legs, like I say, quick start, short finish. Some random big finish, like a 1-6-4 when you thought they were out the leg. You never know. Group E: Poland, Portugal, Switzerland. Switzerland could be pretty solid. I think Portugal are probably going to struggle, and Poland with the Polish Eagle, always good. I'll take Poland, but that Poland-Switzerland game. Is going to be really crucial. The first game today is Poland-Portugal. I think Poland probably win that. I don't know, maximum 4-2. I would say probably 4-1, maybe even a sweep. So yeah, the Poland-Switzerland game is the big one there. Group F: Sweden, South Africa, and Mongolia. Now Sweden have got a kind of embarrassment of riches, and for some reason they're not on the team list. I would say they've got a very, very good chance. Mongolia, I do have a Mongolia story. I'm not going to regale it here. I don't think I know these two guys. but I lost in a quarterfinal of a tournament in China to the Mongolian #1. This is back in the day, maybe 15 years ago. So I have a connection with the Mongolian team, and I hope they play well. I think Sweden are going to be too strong, and they're going to go through in Group F. Group G, Australia, USA, and Canada. I mean, again, very, very high quality group. The Aussies should do it on quality, but the length of the games and the quality of the opponents, you never know. If you played it 100 times, I think Australia probably gets through 80 of those times, but you're only playing it once, so you don't know. I'm going to say Australia, but wouldn't be surprised if any of those guys got through. Competitive group. Group H, Czech Republic, India, and Denmark. Evil Charlie, love that guy. Nitin Kumar is a guy I used to know and play with in Dubai. Super, super nice guy, so I'm going to be supporting him as well. The Danes, always strong, always got a couple of good players. I think the Czechs are probably better overall. Gaulas is a really good player, and he's been a bit more consistent this year. But I do have a bit of a soft spot for Nitin and India, so that's my sort of heart pick. But I think the Czech Republic will get through there. And then Group I, Austria, China, and France. Austria, Mensah Suljovic, with Simon Whitnell not playing, he is one of, I think, 2 players who have played in every single World Cup. They've made 2 finals. They seem to like the format. It's not Ralphie John this year. It's Rusty Jake, I believe. China, they've struggled on the stage. I mean, they've sent... I used to know those guys when I used to live in China, and I was like, that's not the best team that they're sending, but they seem to be sending their better players nowadays. It's just a matter of performing. France, when you've got one really quite good player and the other guy is very low ranked, I think you're going to struggle against Austria, who are more established. Mensah is obviously a major winner, and I think Austria are going to get through there. Group J, Latvia, Italy, and Trinidad. Latvia should win. Madars Razma is the best player in the group, but you never know. The World Cup's interesting. You can get slightly bogged down if you're playing these players who have not been in this kind of situation before. They might be quite slow, might be quite deliberate, might be quite nervous, and that makes you more nervous, and everyone starts maybe not hitting doubles and stuff like that. I think Latvia will go through, but there could be some weird results in Group J. Group K, Croatia, Japan, and Spain. Just to double check that Spain has Cristo Reyes. Yeah, Cristo Reyes and Jose Justicia, who I know from I don't know him personally, but he's a very, very good player on the soft tip circuit. Cristo Reyes is, if they had a most improved player like they do in the NBA, it might be Cristo Reyes, because he's come back and he's played tremendously well. Big old Boris from Croatia, and Pero Ljubčić. Pero Ljubčić, sort of perennial kind of outsider to the tour, like very, very good player, always goes to Q school, very solid. Whether he can perform when they can get it together in these matches. And then Japan, always going to be strong. Who are they sending this year? Haruki Muramatsu, so he's a seasoned professional. Motomai Sakai, I honestly don't know too much about, but he's going to be good. The Japanese take the dart seriously, and they've got a bunch of good players. And then last and very much not least, Finland, who are seeded 16, Norway and Hungary. Again, they're seeded. I think it might flatter them a little bit. Norway have got Kåre Dekker, the big tall Dutch Norwegian, very, very good player. I don't know this other fellow, Kent Joran Sivertsen. They used to send that little kind of roly-poly guy. That's not his name. I think they could win that. Kåre Dekker's a really, really good player, again, quite deliberate. And then Hungary, they always put on quite a good show. I mean, Patrick Kovacs is a very, very good player. And, the Hungarians, those Central European countries. They love darts, and they're starting to produce some really, really good players. All right, that's longer than I wanted to go. The World Cup is starting today. Thanks very much for watching this video. It's been a lot of fun talking about the teams and getting to see who's going to play who. I'm very, very excited. Leave your predictions, tournament predictions, group predictions in the comments if you wish. That'll be fun. Like and subscribe, and enjoy the tournament, and I'll see you later. Last Start TV. Bye-bye.